If you drop common items for legendary items in games, you should do the same with your data. I've used data enhancement to get better results so good that it feels like you're hacking. If you do what I show you, you'll instantly level up your skills of AI to legendary status. But first you may think, what the is data enhancement? It takes your raw data, adds notes and hashtags to every line, and then outputs the file so it can be searched quicker by AI. And you do this because it gets you better results more consistently. You'll use this when you repeat a task and when you need an expert with very specific knowledge or style that you want to reference. Some examples of this are having a YouTube expert with MrBeast and Ludwig-level knowledge, having a business coach like Hormozi to teach you marketing and sales, and having a chess coach like Gotham Chess, because all of these experts have YouTube videos, which you can take the transcripts of and then use that as your raw data and then enhance it so that way AI can search it better and give you the results that you're looking for. The high-level flow is as follows. You'll copy and paste the prompt into the description of the project instructions. You'll use an AI researcher, also in the description, to research and provide you videos, articles, transcripts of the experts in your field so you can use it as your raw data. Then you create a Google Doc, put all the transcripts in, and then export as a PDF. Then you submit the Google Doc into the data enhancement project. And then boom, you got the output that you're looking for, which you can now put into the expert that you're asking questions into to get way better results. So let's demonstrate this on something that many people want to do as well as have to do, which is creating content. So every piece of content, if you listen to interviews of MrBeast, Ludwig, or pretty much anyone, they'll all talk about the titles and thumbnails. So the first thing that we're going to do is go onto YouTube and just search titles, thumbnails, masterclass. I went into this one here, as well as this one. I'll just take one of these as an example. Just open up the video, go down to the description, and here there's a transcript. So in the transcript, you can hit show transcript, and you just come in here, copy, and paste it into the document. And then you do that for the next source and the next source. So there's that. But let's say you also know MrBeast and really like MrBeast videos or just think he knows what he's talking about. There's a Colin and Samir who also know what they're talking about, have an entire 37-minute playbook. So you open it, you just pause the video, go down to the description, show transcript, and copy paste the entire transcript. And then once you do that for, let's say, 3 or 5 different videos, the one that I did ended up being 122 pages of copy pasting of I think like 6 different videos. And once you have all those videos, you put it into a Google Doc, you hit File, Downloads, PDF. And once you do that, you'll have a document just like this. And you'll bring it into a new project. This is the rag and tag, which is specifically what does all the formatting, structuring, and stuff that makes AI work well. So I'll have this in the description of this video or a link to a Google Doc where you can just copy paste it. So you copy, new project, paste this in. Then you create a new chat and you paste your data source, whatever you're working on, into the chat. And can you rag this? Or just paste it. It'll ask you a few questions. You tell them what you're trying to accomplish, and it'll do it in a way that actually helps you create content or do whatever you need to do. And this right here will be copy and pasted into a new PDF where it's reduced. So in this reduced version, this is everything that was talked about summarized into a very clear and concise way for AI to query your data. So you'll paste both data sources into a new chat. So that's the first half. You now have your data source of titles and thumbnail content from the best content creators, all summarized into a PDF, which you're going to use as your data source. The data source will be used later, but I also want to have Grok help me create my thumbnails for me. So I'm going to go over to the general researcher, which I have another copy pastable thing for everyone here, to then take into their project and ask it, hey, can you research prompt engineering and best practices / tips and tricks and the most advanced prompt engineering techniques for any written and video sources? This is what's going to help me prompt engineer Grok Imagine, because Grok Imagine can create thumbnails and titles for you, all underneath the same subscription. So I had to research all the best practices of prompt engineering, which can be used for a variety of different things. And then I brought it into Grok Imagine data source. So I pasted, hey, can you research and create a document that's ragged already with all the information from those videos. So this is the quicker way to do it without going to each transcript and copy pasting it into its own data source. So you can do either or. The first way is better. This is the quicker way. You choose based off of how important it is for you to get the right data. And then once you have this new data source for Grok Imagine prompting, which is what specifically this one is, Grok Imagine Prompt Engineering, then you paste it into its own document, save it as a PDF. And now I need something to put this all together for me. So I use those two data sources and create by copy pasting each of the different RAG summaries into this and have it create. So this is the second one. So first and second, and then this creates an entire Grok Imagine thumbnail prompt engineer, which you can copy and paste into a new project, which is over here. So I put it all in here. And what I used it for was to give me the prompts in order to get the results I'm looking for. So I had several different attempts, one without any data source to see what it would be like if here's my title, here's my thumbnail, and here's the script of my video. Did it without a data source and it gave me pretty trash stuff. Then I did it with a data source, it gave me pretty trash stuff again. So then I upgraded the instructions to be much more clear. And lastly, with better prompting, I now have myself, here's the titles, here's all the data sources. So put in the data sources, give it your title, and then ask it to create thumbnails. And this is not great prompt engineering, like this specifically, but because the data sources are strong, it gave me very clear results. So I'm going to go straight to that, which is right over here. And these are the three different thumbnails that I got pretty much one-shotted by Grok Imagine because of the prompt engineering. They're very clear. Rule of 3. There's no more than 2 or 3 things that a person can focus on at any given time. So it has to be clear. If you squint your eyes, you can still kind of understand what it is. So these are pretty good thumbnails for what I'm doing. And this is all because of the data sources being so properly refined on expert level knowledge. So now if I need to create more thumbnails, I can reuse this to give me consistently high quality thumbnails going forward. And that's the power of data sources. One other data source that I didn't mention is also important is thumbnail references. This, I just copy pasted a picture of my face so it knows the face to use and just a couple different references of how my face would look like. And then I put in references of the niche that I want and like the leader in the niche, as well as just high quality thumbnails. So I only put 2 references. You can put the style and as many references as you can find of the ones that you want, and you'll get high quality results every time consistently. So that's it for the demo. Hopefully this helped, and it would mean a lot if you subscribed, if you found any